Welcome back everyone. Let's go ahead and take a look at how Apple Music compares against YouTube Music. Now I've been actually going through and reviewing and comparing a lot of these different music services, and I will definitely tell you between Apple Music and YouTube Music, they have a lot of different similarities, a lot of differences too, but I will definitely tell you, if you already use one of these, you can't really go wrong with either one. Personally, I think Apple Music may be the one suited more towards for me, although I do use Spotify a lot more than anything else. I do think Apple Music probably holds more features, but I do think YouTube Music also brings a lot of different things to the table. And I will say, if you're more so in like the, pop music genre, you listen to a lot of the main, big artists that are out recently, I think Apple Music may be the better one specifically tailored for you people, mostly because a lot of, artists that I've seen personally in the last like few years always have some type of exclusive deal with either Apple Music or Spotify. And most of the time it's like Apple Music will get the music first and then Spotify will get it after. Personally, I think the application can be a lot better, and I do think with Apple Music, it doesn't really work super well with a lot of the Apple devices, which is so interesting because it should be, but sometimes getting things to work properly can be a little annoying, to be honest. With YouTube Music, anytime I've really used that application, it's worked perfectly well. I've had very few issues with it. I'm not a super big fan of how the UI actually looks. I like Apple Music a ton better, but I know a lot of people who don't like the Apple Music UI either. It does look a little bit dated, but I like that type of design, to be honest. Now the pricing structure is almost identically the same between both. So with Apple Music, you get it for $9.99 a month, it's $14.99 for a family. With YouTube Music, it's the exact same thing. $9.99 for an individual plan, and then $14.99 for a family. The student pricing is the exact same thing as well, which is so cool. However, there is a little bit of difference with the free structure between them. So there is no free option with Apple Music. There is a free trial. So you do get all the features within Apple Music, all the music you can listen to, but it's only free for 3 months. With the YouTube Music, on the other hand, you are able to listen to music completely for free, but you have to listen through them with ads. So just like with Spotify, if you want to go ahead and listen to music through YouTube Music, you are going to have to go ahead and listen through them via ads, which I think is okay. But Apple Music, I do probably would recommend the YouTube Music route just because it's free forever. Although ads can be a little annoying versus 3 months on Apple Music, which you spend a little bit more money, which you have to put in your credit card information and everything, but it's completely free for 3 months, which I think is cool. Neither of these support podcasts, but they both support music videos and offline listening as well. They also support radio stations to some extent. I think Apple Music may be a little bit better, but that is really cool between both. There is a lot more similarity for the music, overall than with something like Apple Music. But a big thing I want to actually mention to you is that with Apple Music, you are actually getting a little bit more of a tailored experience for your Apple devices. So what I would recommend you to do is, if you have an iPhone, an iPad, an iPod, or you're immersed in the Apple ecosystem, including with the MacBook, it may make a little bit more sense for you to actually go ahead and purchase Apple Music just because it suits a little bit better with, your streaming services with your device. If you have a HomePod, if you have AirPods, if you have different things like that, Apple Music, I would definitely say, is more tailored for you. I think it's a really cool experience between them. And I think definitely when it comes down to it, having something like Apple Music is really cool in that standpoint, just because it works pretty well to your, Apple devices. But with something like YouTube Music, I kind of think that this is a little bit of a better experience if you're outside of the Apple ecosystem, or even if you're in the Apple ecosystem. And if you want to go a little bit outside of just, having it on your iPad or something like that, because you can get YouTube Music on a plethora of different devices, and there's a web player as well. So you can go ahead and listen to your songs via the web player. And I think that's a really cool thing too. Although the pricing structure is the same for the most part, I definitely do think a little bit more in the availability standpoint is going towards YouTube Music. So I will definitely still say audio quality is probably going to sound better on Apple Music. And I will probably say on top of that, if you want to get the best sounding experience and just the best UI out of all two of these, I think, Apple Music is probably the better way to go in this specific standpoint. But I still look at YouTube Music and I'm like, man, this is still a really good, overall, it's a really good platform. You really have nothing to lose, because if you want to listen to them via ads, you can just go ahead and listen to these songs via ads, and that's really it. Of Of course, you don't have like unlimited skips, and it's no different than YouTube. You have to watch a YouTube video before you actually, you have to watch an ad before these videos. But I think a lot of people are used to it. With the Apple Music, again, there is no free tier. I mean, there's a free trial, but there's no free tier option, unlike Spotify and Apple Music or YouTube Music. So if I were you, I would probably recommend looking at going through YouTube Music first, seeing how you like it. Do you like that UI? If you don't like it, then I would recommend switching over to Apple Music. If you can't find the songs you want through YouTube Music, you have nothing to lose because it's free. It's just free to use. Just don't buy an account and then you're pretty much good to go. But with something like Apple Music, this takes a little bit more of a startup cost. So I'd start with YouTube Music, see if you like it. If you don't like it, go to go to Apple Music. However, if you do like YouTube Music, you can just keep that and then pretty much move on from there. So you have a few different options at your hand, and that's probably what I would recommend going down the road with. So that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.